Here are 3 reasons why I'm still buying Veracity's ecosystem token called VRA. Reason number 1 is because I believe that hypothetically, it still has a lot of room to grow. I get it, price hasn't done that well at all. It's been kind of doing caca actually, but in my opinion, the lower something is, hypothetically, the more room it has to grow. And even though nothing I say is financial advice nor a guarantee, just imagine, right? If VRA, for instance, were to go to the price of 50 cents, that right there is around a 165x from here. So you can only imagine that. That's kind of insane to think about. In a hypothetical scenario, if let's say $1,000 was put in VRA right now, and let's say VRA again were to go to the price of 50 cents, at that point, hypothetically, that $1,000 would be worth around 165,000. Now, of course, again, that's not financial advice. That's not a guarantee. But in my opinion, that's kind of crazy to think about right there. And it's not like 50 cents is this crazy price target, right? If it were to go to that, considering current circulating supply, market cap would be around $5 billion. That's kind of insane. That's just slightly more than 10% of Shiba Inu's all-time high market cap. I mean, could you imagine that? That's way less than 10% of Dogecoin's all-time high market cap. We've seen Dogecoin reach over $80 billion in market cap. We've seen Shiba Inu reach around $40 billion. So $5 billion market cap around that, it really doesn't seem so crazy. At least that's the way I view it. Sometimes people like to say that, yeah, when it comes to Veracity, it's caca, all this type of stuff. But no, I disagree because in my opinion, the way you take a look at VRA, for instance, is that it's sort of giving me, hypothetically, like meme coin type of level potential, because usually doing over like a 100x or like over a 50x, it's typically reserved for these like caca meme coins. But then, in my opinion, the crazy thing about VRA is that it's not a meme coin. Veracity has an amazing, use case and fundamentals. But then again, VRA is this oversold. It's this low. So it's kind of crazy to think about because typically, again, people don't associate like these fundamentally amazing projects with like, hypothetical upside that's fantastic. But in this case, it could be something special. Only time will tell though. But in my opinion, man, when I take a look at something like this, it does really get me excited. At least that's the way I view it. And now the second reason why I'm still buying VRA is because when it comes to Veracity, I think its fundamentals are very underrated, and I think it's arguably one of the best out there. And hear me out here, because sometimes people often associate the low price of VRA as having bad fundamentals, but that's not the case, because Veracity, what is it focused on, right? It's focused on bringing trust and transparency to the world of digital advertising and as well as payments. Now, most notably, though, when it comes to Veracity, something that's a part of its ecosystem is something called VeraViews. Now, here's where things get a little bit cooking because it's even been noted that when it comes to VeraViews, it's an open ledger advertising ecosystem built around Veracity's patented, by the way, which is kind of crazy to think about. But yeah, even besides that point, proof of view fraud identification technology. So yeah, that's insane. Not to mention, we take a look at how even Veracity themselves claim that VeraViews is the most powerful, transparent, and auditable advertising ecosystem for preventing ad fraud based on open ledger principles. Now, this right here may sound kind of fancy and may sound kind of overly complicated. I get that. But here's the thing. When you take a look at just ad fraud more specifically, as of right now, it's a big issue, but it could even potentially be a bigger issue moving forward. So, of course, it needs an efficient solution. And check out this statistic, right? We take a look at, for instance, according to an article by Forbes, they showcase how a study done by Juniper Research, it is estimated that by 2028, so not even that far away at this point, right? Basically around 3 years away because we're so close to 2025. But even besides that, again, by that year, it is estimated that over $170 billion will be wasted due to ad fraud. So that's insane. That's a very crazy figure right there. So clearly, it needs an efficient solution. And something like, Veracity could very well step in and, help at least solve the issue to a certain extent. Not to mention, we take a look at how VeraViews is fantastic in a sense that it's very easy to set up. You take a look at its setup time is only around 5 minutes, and it even has an accuracy rate of over 97%. So it's very easy to set up, very reliable. And the crazy thing about it is that, again, setup time of only around 5 minutes. I mean, that's crazy to think about. I mean, this video is going to be longer than 5 minutes. Kind of insane, right? So I think that, if anything, showcases how when it comes to VeraViews, it's no joke. It's the real deal. At least that's the way I view it. Now, not to mention, if you take a look at the Veracity ecosystem, there's something else called the Vera Wallet, which I think is fantastic because it's been stated, right, that when it comes to this, it's allegedly one of the most secure wallets in the crypto ecosystem. At least Verasity does state that. Well, it's a very bold claim, but I'm not going to deny that. Even besides that point, you take a look at when it comes to rewards, right? It can be earned by staking VRA in the Vera wallet. And again, the rewards can reach 15% per year. So that's insane. Not to mention, there's over 300,000 Vera wallet users. There's over 500,000 community members and over 20 language communities. So yeah, when it comes to Verasity, it's very fantastic. It's also even been awarded, 6 patents so far. So that's insane. A lot of inventors probably don't even have that much, I'm assuming, right? If you know, you know. Besides that point, we take a look at how Verasity just overall, it's focused on the correct market. You take a look at the global digital ad spending market size is expected to surpass $1 trillion by 2032, according to President's research. So really, any way I view it, I think Verasity is just really a hidden gem. VRA is very low in market cap, but it's fundamentally fantastic from top to bottom. It's fantastic, at least that's the way I view it. So with fundamentals that amazing, I would not acquire VRA. No, come on, man, it's a no-brainer pick for me. And now the third reason why I'm still buying VRA is because I believe that this bull run could be so special. And as the old saying goes, a high tide raises all ships. What do I mean by that? As the crypto space overall does well, as altcoins start rallying, as Bitcoin does reach new all-time highs, for instance, it's only fair to assume that a lot of altcoins, including VRA, they're going to do well as well, hypothetically. And just imagine, right, as Bitcoin goes to the price of 100,000, 150,000, VRA, I think, is ready to make a massive resurgence because it's very oversold. It's so low in price, and I just can't believe that, to be honest. Well, it is a reality, but again, that's just the way I take a look at it. Like, wow, I can't believe that. You take a look at with the Bitcoin ETF, with the Ethereum ETF, with the number of institutional investors, with enterprise adoption being this amazing, with currently over 500 million crypto owners, this bull run is going to be bad? No, I don't think so. I think that couldn't be farther from the truth. I think this bull run could be so special hypothetically, but again, it's just a waiting game at this point because around 6 months from right now, a year from right now, I think things could be so different. All I got to do is just stay patient, continue to accumulate, hold, and I just wait. That's it. It's literally so simple. You take a look at a number of months ago, everyone was bullish on VRA. But then a year ago, everyone was thinking it's caca. But as of right now, the price, it's very similar to the point that before it had that run. So you got to think about that. It's kind of like a time machine in a sense. It's kind of like being able to go back in time and being able, again, to acquire VRA at a much lower point. So it's kind of insane to think about. But yeah, that's why I'm staying patient. Because when VRA had that pump, everyone was saying, yeah, we didn't acquire before it had the pump. Oh man, they all regretted it. Now that it's low again, they're saying, oh wow, when it comes to this, it's so trash. It's kind of crazy to think about. But personally for me, that's why I'm staying perseverant. And that's why I'm going to continue to acquire VRA because I think it's a sleeping giant. And at the price of 50 cents during this bull run, that right there wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. And feel free to become a channel member if you want to. That way I can prioritize responding to your comments. You can also use these like cool stickers or badges. So I think it's very fantastic. And also at the same time, you can help support the channel. So I'd greatly appreciate it. And also on top of that, feel free to subscribe. If you gain value from this video, I greatly appreciate it. It's only the Captain, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.